What is up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you guys about how to understand how to make money on Amazon better and the truth about some of the data that you get from Amazon that's not as trustworthy or as out in the open as you would think it is. My name is Reezy. In the past 5 years, in the past 5 years, bring it back. In the past 13 years, I've sold over $5 million of gross product sales on Amazon, FBA, almost 100% used books, probably about 90% on a lifetime. I sell other things, shoes, but for the most part, I got to where I am now through selling used books on Amazon. And I started doing my YouTube channel a little less than 3 years ago, teaching others how to do the same, how you can quit your 9 to 5 and pursue a life with passion using e-commerce, specifically Amazon, or any of the other ways that I talk and teach about to make money online. But for this video, we're talking about Amazon FBA. I'm glad to have you guys. Welcome to the channel. If you're a new subscriber, I've had a couple videos that are going viral right now. And so I'm like super stoked to have you. It's really insane. In the last yesterday, my channel gained over 2,000 subscribers in a day. The day before that, 1,000. The day before that, 700. And to put it into perspective, I normally only get like 500 subscribers a month. So things are blowing up. At the end of this video, I will take questions. Just let me try and explain this to you. I'm gonna try and do it in 5 minutes or less. So what do I mean when I say don't trust Amazon, or Amazon is lying to you, or don't trust your scanner? What I mean is that if you're in the rabbit hole a little bit, you know that I use a scanner or an app on my phone in combination with a Bluetooth barcode scanner to scan barcodes of products in stores, and then the app tells me what the going prices are on Amazon, as well as other metrics like sales rank, reviews. You can basically understand how fast something sells, how much money you're gonna make, if it's worth your time, if you can even sell it. And so the seller apps are beautiful, but if you don't know something, if you don't know this one thing I'm going to tell you, you might be buying stuff that's not actually going to make you any money. So if you look at your scanner, when you scan something and there's no FBA offers in the column, FBA means fulfillment by Amazon. If there is no offers in the FBA column, you can never trust that. So when you see no offers in the FBA column, you should always assume that there is FBA offers, but that you are not seeing them. So whether you use Scout IQ, there's a free trial in the description below, or you use FBA Scan, or you use Profit Bandit, or you use NitoScan, or you use Scoutify, or any other app, when you do not see an offer in the FBA column, you need to investigate deeper, and you should assume there is. So almost all apps have a one-click button. On Scout IQ, you have to click the Amazon button on the bottom. On FBA Scan, you can click the column header on FBA, and that takes you to Amazon's website to see the actual FBA offers that are live at that moment in time. And I guarantee you 90+% of the time when your scanner says there's no FBA offers, that you will actually see that there is FBA offers. Now, why does this happen? This happens because Amazon limits the data that the apps can access through Amazon's API. They're actually limited to the lowest 20 bucket offers. So it's a lot to explain. A bucket offer is not a single item. It's a group of items that have similar prices. So they call that a bucket offer, one offer. But you only get the lowest 20 offers or 20 bucket offers. And if the FBA price is higher than those lowest ones, you're not going to see it, right? So very, very important. The other thing that's important is to smash the like button. There's 109 people watching and only 8 people have smashed the like button. I really appreciate it if you smash the like button. I don't charge for these videos. I've essentially taught everything I know about Amazon on my YouTube channel for free. I think this light is gonna fall over. It's kind of freaking me out. It's literally on my bed over here. Anyways, so just understand that with as much data that you have, that if you do not see an FBA offer, you need to double check. If you do see an FBA offer, there might be more, but you can be assured that that's the lowest FBA offer. So definitely always double check when there's no, you should be suspicious when you don't see an FBA offer when you scan something, because if you don't know this, what happens is you scan something and you go, oh, there's no FBA offers, I'm gonna get it in and I'm gonna sell it for $50, and then you get home and you go to list it and you're like, wait a minute, there's a $6 FBA offer. I can't even sell a book for $6 because I'll lose money. And basically, so that's the gist of it, guys. So thank you for the $5 super chat, Matt. Appreciate it. Now you guys can start spitting in some questions, and I'll answer all your guys' questions for like the next 5 minutes or so. I got to get back to the family, but I just wanted you guys to understand the importance of how to read the data, the limits that come from the data, because if like relying on data is great, it's amazing actually, but if you don't understand the limitations of the data, it could present some problems for you. So it's very important to understand how the data gets delivered to you and what that means. Another good tip that I could give you guys is that when you scan something, and let's say you're very familiar with the rank category, like what a good rank is in books or in any category, and then you scan another item in a category that you're not familiar with, and you see the rank and you wonder, is this a good rank? Besides going to look and see the sales rank graph history and counting the spikes, each spike in sales rank indicates a sale or multiple sales, and you could actually count those and say, okay, it sold 10 times in the last month. Those are available through keepa.com, Keepa.com, and all apps have like a one-click button to see the Keepa chart for the specific item you just scanned, is reviews. So when people buy stuff on Amazon, they leave product reviews, not seller feedback, product reviews. Any item that has a good amount of product reviews means it's selling. So if you're like, what does this rank in kitchen mean? But you look at it and it has 500 reviews, it's selling a lot, because I bet less than 1 out of 100 people leave a product review, and maybe more, maybe like 500 or 1,000. So if something has 100 reviews, it's probably sold 1,000 to 10,000 times to be able to get that much product reviews. Now, some questions came in. Let me go over these and look. How do you find the best price on plane tickets to Europe? I'm not a good person to ask that question. Skyscanner, I think, is one of the best sites to get cheaper air tickets on. Let's see. Are shoes the only thing that people want to buy? No, people buy all kinds of stuff. Like, people are buying stuff every single day on Amazon. And it's actually funny. Amazon changed consumer behavior so much that I have people who are like really adept at selling sneakers tell me in videos those sneakers will never sell. But I know they will sell because that's why I bought them. I leverage the data. And yes, maybe on eBay or in a sneakerhead world, those Jordans won't sell. But on Amazon, it's not sneakerheads. It's soccer moms. It's average people that don't know anything about shoes. Let's see. Scout IQ or FBA, why? I prefer Scout IQ. The interface is better. It's easier to set triggers, and they're innovating the game. FBA Scan is playing catch up with Scout IQ. Also, my good friend Caleb Roth, also a bookseller and someone who makes valuable content for our community, is the creator, owner of Scout IQ, so I choose to bank with him. And that answers the next question. Reezy, what's up, bro? What's up, Ivan? Wow, you sound completely different, not on 2 times playback speed. That is the best. That wins for the funniest comment of the live stream. That's so funny. Tony says, totally new to this, watched a lot of your videos. Amazon really handicaps, I'm assuming, newbies, going to give it a try. So yes, guys, when you first start selling on Amazon, you are restricted in a lot of categories. And unfortunately, you just have to sell whatever you can on Amazon for 6 to 12 months until magical Amazon gods deem you worthy, and then your account will hit what's called internally, this is an Amazon term, maximum approval. And then you'll be able to sell Nike, you'll be able to sell anything that you apply to sell for. Disney, Star Wars, any of that stuff, but you need to weather the storm. But the good news is what I teach selling used books, books are not restricted for the most part, and a lot of people have been very successful selling used books. And then until they were able to get approved to sell other stuff. Let's see. I would leave you the best review. Thank you, Jason. Do you get returns? I definitely do get returns. Most of the time they are sellable. Sometimes, especially with shoes, the book returns are always sellable. If the shoe gets returned and the customer wore it and dirtied it, it's unsellable. And then I'll get it returned back to me and I'll actually sell it on eBay. Let's see, Hustle Venom. This knowledge is valuable, bro. Mad respect, helping everyone. Thank you, Hustle Venom. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Let's see. What was the longest you had your orders on pending? Oh, I don't even look at that, man. It's a long time. I've had orders pending for months. I don't understand if it's payment issues or what. I got paid, so I don't understand what it's chilling for. Inventory on reserve instead of available. I got my first 5-star review after 40 things sold. Dope, Linda, dope. You just got to keep selling it. Like, see, 1 review, 40 sales. So that kind of spells it out. Have you resold cologne or perfume, and does it sell well or fast? I have not, but the only thing I know about selling perfume and cologne is a good friend of mine, Corey. His YouTube channel is A Mighty Mushroom. He's a big eBay seller, and he loves selling cologne and perfume on eBay. That's all I know about it. I don't know if he's selling used, open, new, old, rare. I don't know, but you might want to look into it. I literally know nothing about cologne. Is there a reason most shoes seem to not show up on Camel? Sometimes they're just not there. What happens with Camel, or Keepa is if they don't track an item, when you scan it and go and look it up, they'll start tracking it at that point in time. Let me see. The questions keep getting bumped. Is there... Will the book game get saturated after you blow up? You know what? There's so many books available, and the demand for books is pretty high. I mean, it's definitely getting more saturated, but I'm still able to make a good living selling mostly books the exact way I was doing it before I started doing YouTube. So I think it's really about finding your niche, your supply. Not everyone's going to be able to sell books, guys. Like if you live in the middle of nowhere where the people around you don't read and the average income is lower and there's no universities, like you might not find as many books. Like rich people read more, rich people donate more stuff, and around universities there's always more academics and more books, so that really helps. But you need to figure it out. You could buy books online, actually, and anybody could do that using eFlip software. There's a trial for that in the description as well. I don't want to go in it too much, but if you want to know about that, just YouTube Reezy eFlip, and you'll see how it works. Realist said, my question would be, do you do anything else? Like, do you put your cash you earn into assets? How do you protect your money from the government? That's a great question. I really don't talk about tax type stuff like that a lot, but get a good accountant and invest in your accountant so that you can save money. Because, for example, we recently became an S corporation last year, and that allows us to save 15% of taxes, which is freaking enormous. And we do things like max contributions into IRA and different stuff like that every year. So that's helping. That's like my retirement, since I'm a reseller and I don't have like a standard like 501 or 401k or whatever it's called. Reezy, if you get a chance to look at this message, I've messaged you when I started part-time. You looked out in a major way, pushed me to feed the beast full-time. I quit my job, and then I've been assistant for 11 years. Okay, so the message is jumbled, Chris, but I got the point. I helped you quit your 9-to-5. Yes. Way to go, Chris. That's why I do this, man, because I don't, it's not 1920. You guys don't need to work a 9-to-5 job the same way your grandparents did. You could try other things. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on with the internet right now in world economy. And if it doesn't work out for you, you don't like it, you can't figure it out, you can always go back and get another job, right? Like, jobs will always be available. But what's going on right now with e-commerce is changing really fast, and you should not miss out. It's insane. It's like me and you, little guys. I mean, I'm 5'3", so I'm little, but small companies, independent companies can compete with the largest retailers. Like, I'm selling stuff competing against Kmart on Amazon and stuff like that. It's insane. Like, never has there ever been a time in history where the economy like functioned in the way that it functions now. Let's see. I can't wait to be approved for Star Wars stuff. I find so much on clearance. Definitely a good thing to check out. Question, Reezy, are going to have any meetups soon? So, Ivan, I have thought about hosting a meetup in like in my hometown area in Santa Cruz, California. A free meetup, like a potluck. Bring your like, if you like, $5, but if you bring food, you don't have to pay $5. Something like that. Just so everyone can chill out, talk, trade strategies, eat some barbecue food, just hang out, something like that. I don't know. Also, I might be going to the Merch by Amazon conference in Seattle at the end of this month. And if I do that, I'll try and set up a meetup in Seattle. I most likely will. Usually it's like short notice for me, so turn on notifications on Instagram if you want to make sure you don't miss out on that stuff. And in the second week of October, there's Vid Summit in LA, which I'm trying to go to as well. And I'll do the same if I go there. Let's see. The questions are getting bumped really fast. Hold on. How long does it take you to get paid, Reezy? My account pays out once every 14 days. Newer accounts actually get better terms, and you can get your money sent out from your Amazon account every day. If you start a new Amazon account and you don't get daily payouts, make sure you request it. It really sucks that I don't have daily payouts. I truly, truly wish I did have daily payouts. Let me see. What is the time frame of the book season? When are they hot? Not necessarily textbooks. So textbooks are the increase of the demand for books, and then while people are getting textbooks, they get other books as well. And there's non-textbook items that are required reading for college. So that's how, like, for example, God, I'm at a huge loss. But any of these like classic literary classic books, like, they're required reading for a lot of college classes. And so they might be worthless for selling for most of the year. And then during textbook season, they go for like 10, 12, $14 or something. But do yourself a favor, go to Google Trends, where you can see search. It's totally free. You can see search volume for different keywords or search phrases for the eternity of Google data. You could see it for regional, like just one country, just one state, just one city, or the whole world. So if you search the US for the word textbooks, you'll see the graph with the 2 spikes every year for the search volume increases in textbook searches or book searches. And it is going to be August, September, and then December and January for university in the United States. If you live in the UK, your university starts at different times, and so the books will sell at different times. Let's see. Are those skateboards, Reezy? Yes, those are skateboards. I skateboard, guys. I've been skating for 20 years. I don't skate as much as I used to, but these skateboards are some, let me show you, some of the ones that I've collected and I deem worthy of putting on the wall. I have more. Let me see if I can actually pan up without wrecking anything. Hold on. There's a couple more up there. So I got Tom Penny, but I'm a sucker for nostalgia and video games. So those are not that I play video games anymore, but those are the type of skateboards that I like to collect. Let's see. Mike says, how much do you do in revenue annually? So last year we did $865,000. We have 2 owners, myself and my business partner. And obviously we're completely equal, 50-50. And we have, depending on who quit or still working for us at any moment in time, 2 to 3 full-time employees. Let's see. When are you coming to McAllen, Texas? I have no idea where that's at. I need to go to Houston, though. I heard Houston is just blowing up. Come to Vegas. Scott says, are you reading this? Yes, I am reading this. Let's see. How many books should I get before sending in the first shipment? Scanned over 100 and have 12 that total $450. That is great. What you want to do, you're only limited by inbound shipping weight. So to get optimal inbound shipping prices from Amazon, you got to get as close to 50 pounds per box as you can. 50 pounds is the limit per boxes getting sent to Amazon. So if you do like 40 to 48 pounds, that's going to be like your best window. You should be paying 25 to 50 cents per pound. Anything less than 40 pounds per box, and you're going to pay more. So I would say as soon as you have 40 pounds of books, it would be worth sending them off. Let's see. Textbooks, send in still, wait for the next textbook season. I would send them in. I personally hate storing stuff locally, and living in California, storage is not cheap at all. Just send them in and price them where you want them to sell, and you might be surprised that they sell before textbook season, or they sell right when textbook season, versus you trying to wait and maybe missing the window on getting them there or on pricing them or being too greedy or whatever. The other thing that's worth noting is that for textbooks, and I think I made a video about this recently, I send them in at the price I want to sell them for during textbook season, and I take the SKU and put it in Reprice It, which is the service I use to constantly reprice my inventory, and I tell it, don't reprice this. And then when textbook season comes around, I remove that restriction and let it reprice it, which means it's going to be priced more competitively and against my competitors and 10 or 12 times a day. Let's see. I'll answer maybe like 5 more questions before I gotta go. I'm a new seller as of the last 6 months, and I don't get daily payouts. I need to call them tomorrow. Yeah, definitely call them, email, chat. You should be able to get daily payouts if you're a new seller. Let's see. I see we got Keith Harris in the chat helping me out answer some of these questions. I appreciate that, Keith. Chris Davis says, LTL Shipment, can you explain some? I'm reaching a bigger shipment level, going to need a truck pickup soon. So I have a video that I did on LTL Shipments. If you click here, you can watch it. Not right now, but later after the video's done. I'll link up the old video there in a card that should magically pop up. But basically, it's just the same as a regular shipment. You just choose LTL, which stands for less than truckload. And you'll get in contact with the freight forwarder, or not a freight forwarder, excuse me, with the freight pickup company. And when you talk to them, make sure you tell them that you need lift gate service, unless you have a dock. I'm assuming you don't have a dock at your house, so you need lift gate service. That's an automatic gate lifter dealie. And there's a certain, there's limitations for a pallet. How high can it be? How much can it weigh? Add an extra 20 pounds for the pallet. It might weigh less than that, but I don't have a scale big enough to weigh a pallet, so I just put 20 pounds on it. Build it up, tie some saran wrap in the corner of the pallet, wrap it around about 4 times, go over the top, go around the side, do all this stuff, and you'll see it. Just watch the video, you'll figure it out. Or maybe there's other YouTube videos how to wrap a pallet. But just go through the dialogue in the shipping for LTL, and it's very self-explanatory. Once you agree on a shipment, they'll call you, you talk to them, they'll say, we're going to pick it up in 1 day or 2 days, and then the pickup driver will call you right before he comes to pick it up. And so even if you live in an apartment, you can then go take the pallet out to the street, put it in the driveway, put the boxes on it. I've done it in the rain even. It sucked, but I did it in the rain. And the crazy thing is you can save 60% or more on shipping. So with LTL pallet shipping, you can actually get 9 cents a pound shipping. And the lowest you can get without using LTL is around 25 cents a pound. So to save 60 cents a pound on shipping is pretty ridiculous. Let me see. Where do we find the one-on-one group? So I do have a Patreon. On my Patreon, there is a option. It's $37 a month to get into my private group. You can go to patreon.com/Reezy, where there's also a link down in the top of the description. And that is my private one-on-one group. Currently, it's 50 members. We all help each other out. We share deals, store closings, all kinds of information. And of course, you get frontline access to me. You get my cell phone number. You can text me. I'll answer your emails like every day before I answer other people's emails. And it's actually much cheaper than paying me for a consultation, which is going to cost a lot more. Let's see, what else do we got? This Chardonnay is good. Anyone else having a beverage? Tracy, you're hilarious. You did remind me I have some good IPA in the fridge. I need to go get it. I'm still jacked up from coffee I drank earlier. I should not drink coffee after 2 p.m. When I list my books, sometimes it won't let me list as Prime. Why is that, and how can I make it so I always am listed as Prime? I don't know. That's really weird. You should always list it as Prime. If not, try and convert it later from Manage Inventory. Search for it, select it, and click Convert or Send to Amazon, and that will convert it to FBA. Let's see, what else do we got in here? Thank you, Alexis, for deleting some of these messages. I really appreciate that. No, they will not actually charge you so much for a lift gate. The company that always comes when I do LTL, they don't charge me at all. I actually never asked because I was ignorant when the first one that I did, and it had a lift gate. So they don't charge me at all. I don't think they charge $200 for lift gate service. That's kind of ridiculous. Do you buy from distributors? No, we source all of our books from thrift stores, Goodwill, libraries, library sales, etc. online. Let's see. Hey, Reezy. Hey, Willie. One of my employees is on this live. That's funny. You better come to work tomorrow, Willie, or else. What's the app to use for pricing? The app that I use to reprice my books is called repriceit.com. It's the most economical repricing solution for books. It's not the best repricing solution, but it's the cheapest volume-wise. And since books are a catalog game, you really need that economy of scale with that. There's other ones that are better. BQOOL, App Eagle, which is now called informed.co, but they're much, much more expensive. And I don't recommend them for books. They're great for other kinds of inventory that need to be repriced more often, but books are high beta. They don't sell so fast. And so it makes no sense to reprice your book 12 times, 15, 25 times a day if it's only selling one copy a week. That's just you and a bunch of other people racing to the bottom 25 times a day times 7 for one sale a week, right? So, Michelle, can I make at least $30,000 a year working full-time doing this? Definitely. That's a for sure goal, guaranteed. I wouldn't doubt it. If you put your mind to it and you really tried, you should be able to achieve that in 6 months. Scout Pal, any good? I've never used it, but it's old school. It might work for you. You still have a PDA? Come on, bro. I'm about to go Office Space on a whole bunch of PDAs. If you guys have an old PDA, a Dell Axum X5 or X51, please send it to my P.O. box so that I can have a whole bunch of them so I can destroy them with sledgehammers and make an Office Space style video. How many hours a week are you putting in typically? So that's a great question. I have my business pretty much systematized and I have workers. So if I'm not sourcing, I probably put less than 1 hour a day into my actual work. If I'm sourcing, it might be a whole day. It might be me going to another city and being gone all day. Now, I might not actually be working all day, but I'll be driving and I'll be away from home. So I would consider, I might work 8, 10, 12 hours some days if I'm out of town sourcing, because I live in a very small town with 50,000 people. It's a surf town, right? So we don't even have a Walmart. So if I want to go shopping at Walmart's, I have to go out of town. If I want to go to the Nike outlet, I have to go out of town. And I'm going to make it worth it if I'm going to drive 45 minutes out of town. And so I'll probably be gone for like 8 hours. But on an average day that I'm not driving out of town to source, an hour, a half an hour, I spend more time researching new business opportunities and stuff like that. But I spend over 40 hours a week doing social media. That's more like my job. It's like my thing that I'm working on more. Can you help? When do they start taxing you as income? Every year you got to pay the tax man. It sucks. The reason I don't make videos about taxes, besides the fact that I hate talking about it, is I'm not qualified. And I think that's why there's not a lot of videos about taxes. I think if you were qualified, you're not allowed to just give advice out like that. I'm not sure, but same kind of things like lawyers don't walk around giving out advice, because if they're wrong, they're liable, right? So let's see. Scott says, read my question. I don't see your question, Scott. Send it out again. Did Amazon give you any trouble with starting your seller account? No. Refunds usually come within a week. It's pretty nice. Scott, please stop. Do you buy off eBay, sell on Amazon? I do. It's not something I do a lot, but I've definitely done it. There's a lot of opportunity for buying off of eBay and selling on Amazon, especially in the electronics category. Aguiloff says, if a book looks new, should you list it as new or very good or like new just in case? I would list it as like new or very good. I would never, ever advise any of you guys to list any books as new unless you bought it from like Costco or a bookstore, you know, excuse me, brand new, or when you found it, it was still sealed in plastic. And a lot of books don't come sealed in plastic, so it's not really gonna happen very often. But please, please, please do not try to sell used books as new. That is the fast way to ban City and to lose your Amazon account, which is worth so much to you. Is there room for people to get in the game? There is so much room for people to get in the game. There's so much stuff you can sell. Don't forget, guys, this is the very beginning of the era of e-commerce. Like, we're still talking about stores closing down and it's in the news. There will be a future where there's just way, way less retail stores, and retail shopping has been totally changed by this apocalypse that they will call it of e-commerce, but we're not there yet. It's still newsworthy that stores are closing down. Like, this is the beginning, guys. And in the future, there might be another website that takes off over Amazon, right? You just got to stay tuned. Let's see. My closest bins is 2 hours away. That sucks, but it might be worth it. I know a guy. So our closest bins is 45 minutes away, and I know a dude named named Tim. I call him Slim Tim because he's tall and skinny, and I'm terrible at remembering names. And I think he drives like 3 hours to the bins every day. He drives from Southern California up north to go to the bins that are an hour from my house. Let's see. Do you have a video on how to start? I have a couple videos on how to start. It's mostly me just telling you everything, how to start. And I think it's actually called How to Start Selling. YouTube, search my channel for how to sell books. There's one video that's over an hour long, and there's one that's like 30 minutes long. Both of those are very good, basically the same thing. They're both also on my podcast, and you could listen to them on 2x and just slam the information. You might need some coffee, though. Can I use FBA with an individual seller account? Yes, you can, but they will charge you an extra $1 per item sold. And for my first year on Amazon, I sold over 10,000 items before I realized this. And so I lost basically 10 grand my first year selling on Amazon just because I didn't sign up to pay the $40 a month seller fee. It's so stupid. Let's see. Keep feeding, keep feeding. Yes. Just keep feeding. Just keep feeding. Just like Dory says. How do new sellers get eligible for toys in Q4? You need to sell toys before Q4 starts. But don't be discouraged. You can still sell toys. You just cannot sell them using FBA. What's a bin? Jade. Nugget. Google Goodwill Outlet. Just Google it, and if you have one near you, go check it out. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Ricardo. I really appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. That's going to get me some coffees or some beers. Shout out Fort Wayne, Indiana. What was it like sitting down with Gary Vee? That's a great question. Mike, it's exactly like he is in his videos. He's exactly the same. Like, I consider myself someone who can command a room when speaking with a group of people, like, fairly easily, and I constantly have something to say. I constantly want to interrupt people, and like, I know what they're going to say before they say it, and yes, I'm wrong sometimes. My wife hates it, but I'm similar to Gary Vee in that way, and being in the same room with him, it was insane. Like, when I was speaking, I had to forcefully put all of my energy into my words because he wanted to talk so bad, and if I didn't, he was going to interrupt me, and I wanted to get my words out, so it was like every little syllable from every word was me fighting against the feeling that I could feel of Gary wanting to interrupt me to talk. And like, his energy is just so huge. Like, he'll just be like, whoa, 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 stop, and like talk about whatever you just said or whatever. It was really madness. Like, I'm super blessed to have had that experience and to meet Gary Vee. And if you guys are here from, if you heard about me from the Gary Vee video, that's exactly why it was super amazing. I'm able to reach more people. I appreciate you. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel by now and are digging in. I think it's been over a month, so you should have had some time to dig into the channel. Again, real quick, can you guys please just take a second and like the video? It really helps the algorithm to pick up the video to show it to more people. Currently only 55 likes, but there's 184 people watching. So just tap the like button really quickly. I promise I won't ask you again in this video, but please just hit the like button. If you tap it lightly, I'll never say smash the like button again. Promise. Let's see. Are you on SoundCloud as well? I want to get more new to this channel. I'm not on SoundCloud. I'm on almost every other platform possible. I do have a rap album on SoundCloud if you can find that. So that's hilarious. Let's see. What's a good amount of books to start sending out? Send in 40 pounds as soon as you got it. Why do you think Half Price Books doesn't sell their books on Amazon? They have hundreds of thousands of books. Same thing with Barnes & Nobles. Why not just sell on Amazon? This is a great question, and this is the same question as, you know, why doesn't Target sell directly on Amazon? Why doesn't Marshalls sell on Amazon? The reason is because they compete with Amazon for customers, and not on just one product, on lots of products. So if Marshalls decided to list their Nikes, for example, on Amazon, they might make more money, but they're going to lose all those customers that go to Marshalls to buy cheap shoes. And those customers that go to Marshalls to buy cheap shoes, they buy spatulas and salt and pepper grinders and a framed picture for their wall in their house and a rug and some other crap while they're there. So they can't contribute to losing their customers, which is why they don't sell on other competitors' platforms, because if you go to there to get that item from them instead of getting it in their store, what else are you going to get from Amazon while you're there? And now you don't need a toilet scrubber, so Marshalls won't be selling any toilet scrubbers. So that's the real reason. Thank you so much for the $10 Snapchat, Frankie. Frank T, I appreciate it. Enjoy Killer IPA at Beer 30 or Humble C. New follower and appreciate it. Oh, appreciate you, man. Are you local? How do you know about my spots? Or are you just saying Beer 30 like a euphemism? There's a place here actually called Beer 30. Let's see. And thank you for hitting the like button. I loved it. You re-hit it. I didn't know you can sell restricted items merchant fulfilled. You cannot. You cannot. But that's a temporary impasse. The holiday toy one is for FBA. You have to sell it on eBay. This is why I tell everyone, keep your eBay game sharp, guys, because you need to use eBay. Where are you going to find books? At thrift stores, at yard sales, at flea markets, at these different places. And what else do you find there? A plethora of other stuff that you can sell on maybe eBay. Maybe it's used clothing, you know. Maybe it's some random keyboard and you look it up and it's worth money, but you can't sell it on Amazon, so you sell it on eBay, right? So keep your eBay game sharp and be a thrift army knife. Like I said, know how to sell this, know how to sell that. If the more you know and the more platforms you utilize to sell stuff, the less likely it is that you go to a spot and you leave empty-handed. You feel me? Like, the more you know, the more you're going to win. And that's the goal, is to just continue to win. Dude, I'm going to get faded with all these super chats. Thank you, Linda Sanchez. You are now making me drink tequila. That is never good when I drink tequila. Let's see. Lance says, is that a Jeff Lanos Baker board on the wall? That is a Jeff Lanos Baker board. Shout out for you for recognizing that when you could only see the bottom of the graphic. That's a Jeff Lanos Luigi Baker board. Baker. If you're an old school skater, you know what I'm talking about. You guys remember Baker 2G? That's one of the dopest skate videos ever. Let's see. Extremely miss being on eBay. Yeah, what shipping method do you usually use for expedited books for Amazon? I don't ship single orders to customers. We do everything FBA. So they have their own built-in shipping now that you can purchase through the platform. They never had that when I used to do it. So we would ship expedited books either first class if it was light enough, because that's as fast as priority mail, or we would just throw it in a flat rate mailer. But I believe they were only $4.95 back then, and now they're like $6.95, $6.80 or something. Not 100% sure. Garrett, advice for getting boxes and shipping supplies. If you want to bootstrap it and you can't afford to get boxes and shipping supplies for now, grab them from the back of the mall, from the back of the grocery store, any place that gets like breakable stuff, you know, like they sell like glass trinkets or whatever. They're going to have a ton of bubble wrap, and they will actually love you to death for picking up their bubble wrap. So that's another good thing. Grocery stores get a lot of bubble wrap too. So just link in with a couple of your local merchants or alley, back way, cardboard, recycling bins. Be careful. I actually got a ticket for stealing cardboard once. But the truth is, guys, as soon as you can afford it, you should be buying shipping supplies from Uline or from locally from Home Depot or from Lowe's. Those are the boxes that I use because, you know, one time of you going out to get a box and you can't find it and you're running around, that's not worth it, guys. Like, your time, if it's not already, will soon be worth more to you, and you deserve to not drive around looking for packaging supplies. Bones Brigade for reals. Reezy, did you sell that Olympus Pearl recorder from the flea market? You know, I didn't sell it yet because it's still sitting on my incoming eBay inventory shelf, and I will have to talk to Willie about that. If you're still watching, Willie, that's a question that I have for you. Let's see. Is it too late to sell toys with FBA? It is for this year. More collabs with Caleb Roth. That guy is a gold mine. I will reach out to Caleb. Definitely, if you don't follow Caleb Roth at The Book Flipper on Instagram. He's the creator of Scout IQ and eFlip, and he is a data junkie. He studies the data like nobody else does, and anytime he writes an article, it's probably heavily based on data, and you should definitely read it. So, like, when he writes an article, read that. Let's see, a couple more questions. I know I said I was gonna answer 5, and I think I did like 50 since then. Let's see. Socks. Do you have a Facebook group? I do have a Facebook group. I believe it's facebook.com/groups/Reezy Resells, but there's also a link down there you can just click on. I got a lot of links down there. Check them all out. Click on them all and just buy everything. That'd be my best advice. I'm just kidding, obviously. Get what you need. How can I get my eBay listings to get more views? That's a topic for another video. It's not too late to send toys in, but if you were not approved for holiday selling of toys and games, you can't sell them via FBA. Let's see. When do you come to New Orleans? I don't know, but I love jazz music, and I would love to come to New Orleans. So if you guys know of any type of Amazon-related conferences in your area, throw my name out there and let the organizers know that you would like to have me speak out there, and that's one way that you can help me get closer to you. I live in Tracy. Shout out to Santa Cruz, NorCal. What's up, John? I've been to Tracy at least once. You and Watch Me Amazon really opened my eyes. I quit my 9-to-5 and be my own boss, so I'm busy feeding the beast. That's what's up, Chris. Love your interview with Gary Vee. I loved it too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I think it's funny. I did the show with Gary Vee, and he told everyone to give your like 2 to 3 minute intro about yourself. And when I edited mine, I like counted how long it took, and I talked for 13 minutes after the man told me to give a 2 to 3 minute intro. I talked for 13 minutes, which normally I would say is an incredibly long amount of time to talk, but he was engaged and interested and hyped. Like, you could see how hyped he was to talk about the things I was talking about. So 13 minutes it was. How many times per week are you live on YouTube? So normally only 1. But since my channel is blowing up right now, I'm making a huge effort to do more live videos on YouTube. So I will do at least 2, maybe 3 a week. And that's the plan going forward, is just quick informational videos like this on 1 or 2 topics, and then questions on the back end of them. So any of my recent videos that I've made, if you see the videos like 20 minutes long, it's probably 10 minutes of me talking about the concept and then 10 minutes of me answering questions. So there's a wealth of information in the question answering part, especially if you're a beginner. And if you are a beginner, I urge you to go watch my live show series. I've done 64 episodes. It's called Reezy Talks. The first 30 are just me answering live call-ins from beginners like you that need help. Listen to it on 2X, get some coffee. It's also on my podcast if you if you don't want to watch it. And I guarantee 90% of the questions that you have will be answered through those videos. Does Scout IQ have a YouTube channel? I believe Caleb does. Look up The Book Flipper. I'm not 100% sure. Do you have the Maggie and Lisa Simpson board? So I do have the Maggie board, But funny story, there is no Lisa board because her head is just too big. It wouldn't fit with the frame. So like the maximum width on a skateboard blank, I think is 10 or 11 inches. And at the scale that everyone else was made, Lisa's head would be too big. So I'm sorry, Lisa. You got gypped in that situation. Sorry, Lisa. R.I.P. Lisa. But yeah, guys, if you want to join my Patreon, have a private mastermind group, there's a link down there below. Yeah, if you need any supplies for Amazon, I have a link down there to Kit that shows all the different supplies that I use on Amazon that can help you guys get your business running more efficiently. Otherwise, join the Facebook group. Hit me up on Instagram. Some of you guys are really smart and will follow me on Twitter, where I don't have a ton of followers and I don't get a lot of DMs on Twitter. So Twitter would probably be like a hack to get a hold of me. But otherwise, I'm really active on Instagram. That's my favorite platform. It's just really organic. YouTube is really toxic sometimes. Like, I love helping you guys out and giving you information, but at the same time, I have to deal with so much toxicity with the YouTube comments. It's just terrible. It makes me want to hire someone to delete the negative ones, because I don't know why, but one negative comment like pushes me down more than 100 positive comments push me up. I don't know why, but that's just how it is, and it sucks. So yeah, please like the video. I lied, I asked again. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And big favor for me, if you guys are interested in watching vlogs or seeing my family behind the scenes, please subscribe to my family vlog channel. I just started it 2 days ago, and the first 14 videos, which tomorrow will be the third video, is our entire trip to Europe, including London and Paris. And so that's very exciting. It's fun. I'm happy to start a new adventure with the vlog channel. So if you watch vlogs, it's all family friendly. There's no cussing. You can watch it with your kids. Anyways, yeah, so family vlog channel, starting with a 14-day series of our Europe trip. You can go to bit.ly/ReezyFamVlogs. I'll also put a link down here on the top, and so you can go check it out. Subscribe to the family vlog channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I need a glass of water because I just talked for 46 minutes. Peace out, though, guys. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Hit the like button on the way out one more time for your boy. And thank you for the $3.99 super chat. We have puppies available. Go follow our channel. That's awesome. Go follow their channel. They got puppies.